The digital age has ushered in unprecedented levels of government secrecy. Simultaneously, it has provided new tools for holding the powerful accountable. The recent leak of a Signal group chat involving top Trump administration officials perfectly embodies this paradox. The messages, shockingly obtained by a journalist mistakenly added to the group, reveal a clandestine policy debate about the ongoing war in Yemen. This breach of secrecy has sent shockwaves through Washington, raising serious questions about the legality of the administration's actions and the human cost of their decisions. The Signal Group, reportedly active for several weeks, included prominent figures like former Congressman Tulsi Gabbard, now Director of National Intelligence, and Fox News personality Pete Hegseth, inexplicably installed as Secretary of Defense. The chat history, riddled with typos and casual belligerence, exposes a chilling disregard for civilian life in Yemen. In one exchange, Hegseth, seemingly unaware of the app's disappearing messages feature, jokes about droning some hummus eaters. This cavalier attitude, reflective of a broader callousness within the administration, underscores the dangerous consequences of unchecked power. The use of Signal by high-ranking officials for sensitive government communications raises alarming questions about the management of classified information. Initially designed for secure private conversations, Signal has become a favorite tool of journalists, activists, and even government officials seeking privacy. The app's end-to-end encryption protocol ensures that only the sender and intended recipient can read messages. While this feature is a boon for privacy advocates, it poses a significant challenge for government transparency. The potential legal ramifications of the leak are substantial. The Espionage Act, often wielded against whistleblowers, could be used to prosecute those responsible for leaking the chat logs. Additionally, the use of Signal itself for official government business may constitute a violation of federal records laws, which mandate the preservation of such communications. The Department of Justice has already launched an investigation, with Attorney General Matt Gaetz promising swift and decisive action against the leakers. However, the administration's focus on finding the source of the leak, rather than addressing the substance of the messages, further erodes public trust. The leaked Signal messages are more than just an embarrassing breach of protocol. They provide a disturbing glimpse into the real-time decision-making process behind the ongoing U.S. intervention in Yemen. The timing of the leak, just hours before a new wave of U.S. airstrikes targeted Houthi rebel positions, suggests a direct link between the discussions within the chat group and the escalation of the conflict. The ensuing chaos has had devastating consequences for Yemeni civilians already grappling with a humanitarian catastrophe years in the making. The recent interception of a Houthi missile over Israeli airspace has further inflamed regional tensions. While no casualties were reported, the incident serves as a stark reminder of the interconnected nature of these conflicts. The U.S., by arming and supporting the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen, bears significant responsibility for the humanitarian crisis and the proliferation of violence beyond Yemen's borders. Yet, the Trump administration appears more concerned with deflecting blame and silencing critics than with addressing the underlying issues fueling the conflict. The convergence of these events, the leak, the airstrikes, and the missile interceptions, paint a grim picture of a world increasingly defined by secrecy, violence, and impunity. The human cost of this toxic brew is most acutely felt in Yemen, where millions teeter on the brink of famine. The leaked Signal messages offer a rare and unsettling window into the casual cruelty with which powerful actors make life-or-death decisions about distant populations. This is not merely an abstract policy debate, it is a matter of life and death for millions of innocent people. The international community cannot afford to remain silent in the face of such blatant disregard for human life and international law. The time for accountability is long overdue. The individuals responsible for war crimes in Yemen, both within the U.S. government and the Saudi-led coalition, must be held accountable. Furthermore, the U.S. must end its complicity in the humanitarian catastrophe unfolding in Yemen. This begins with a cessation of arms sales to Saudi Arabia and a renewed commitment to diplomacy and humanitarian aid. The alternative is an endless cycle of violence and suffering, a prospect too horrific to contemplate.